Hello guys, Cristiano here. I am a C programmer, learning all those things that I can. Hit the subscribe button, let a comment, that'll help so much the channel. All my videos, you'll be in a fast mode with explanation. I'll reduce the time to be more precise. And you'll face a lot of mistakes and debugs. Everything's calculated, or not. So don't be afraid. The link for all the source codes will be in the description. If you wanna follow, just get your copy. On the channel, I introduced a library to load configurations, used in Project Registry. Now it's time for it to become part of our toolbox. Let's bring such properties into our arsenal. I started by creating the file with the compilation rules and make the necessary adjustments for such properties. Here is the same as with CGZone. I add the source files direct to the site sources list. And we do the same for the includes. I create a folder in the header for the site properties, as well as the source folder and the source file. I paste the ini.h file in the site properties folder in the included directory, remove some accidentally added items, and I do the same for ini source file. I add the rule to the CMake file and create the option to enable it. In the site properties header, I include the necessary files, I define the number of items to be read, and create enum with the possible types to be loaded. Then I create a context, which only includes the file, and the item, which includes a group, a field, its type, its size, and the reference. I create a map using the define macro that allows for loading 250 items and the amount. Next, I create two functions, open to set the parameters and read, which receives the mapping. Moving on to the source file, I include the necessary files and paste the functions, preparing the basic code as usual, and adding more includes. In the open function, I copy the file name to the context, and in the read function, I verify if the map is valid and it has a size. I start the parsing with ini parse, passing the file name, the handler, and the map. I define the handler and the copy to implement it, created a status at 0, and retrieving the map through casting. I loop. Through the items in the map, obtaining the item based on index, verifying its existence, and copy its value. I define a match macro, an implementation used by the library itself to check if the section and the naming match. I define a callback for copying the value, create a new internal type that maps the type to the method that knows how to copy the type. I define the check and the copy value to functions, make adjustments according to their types. Then copy and paste then at the end of the file. Adjust then as needed. In check, I verify if the field exists for a given group. In copy value 2, I create a list of handlers that map the type to the handler that it can convert it. I create a loop that scans the item's type, comparing to the type in the list. If they match, it calls copy value, invoke the handler to handle the type. Next, I define and implement the functions according to the type. Copy value int, converts the value to int, and it copies into the reference. For decimal, I use a top for the conversion, and for a string, it's a direct copy. I create a test folder, make adjustments in the test creation rule. I clean up the test copy, keeping the person structure. Define a size for the name and create an age variable. I create another type, account, which includes person and balance and the bank name. We need a file with the data to be loaded, so I create a string for the file. And a properties instance and another for the account. I clear the account, copy the file name along with the path, and started the mapping. The first line is the person field name of type string with a size of 512 bytes and the name variable as the reference. The second is person field age of type int, size of int, and age of this reference. The third is the bank field balance of type decimal, size of double, and the balance as reference. The fourth is the bank field name of type string with a size of 512 and the name variable as a reference. I adjust the indentation and specify the amount. Here I could create an edit function for a future refactor. I configure the instance with the file to be read and perform the read operation. I check if the name is John Doe, if the age is 36, if the bank name is Som Bank SA, and if the balance is greater than 1658. I add the test to the CMake test file, clean the build directory, enable site properties. I encounter an error, the file name is wrong. I compile again and encounter another error. It cannot find the ini header. The compilation rule is set to the source directory, but it should be included. I compile again, test, and everything works correctly. Now we can configure the application with the files and load them more easily. That's all for now. I appreciate it if you get here. Don't you forget to hit the subscribe button, leave a comment and share. Knowledge is not enough. Waiting for more. Bye. See you soon.